Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of It's Not My Fault I'm Not Popular episode 10, entitled Since I'm Not Popular, Second Term is Starting. Okay, this episode was weird, and I'll talk about why as soon as I get through with the summary. Alright, I liked it, but I still thought it was really weird though. The second school term begins, and Tomoko is still as unpopular as ever, made worse when she is relocated into the center of the class. Although, it's kind of weird though, because there are people at least willing to talk to her in the class, so that's, See, I figured that most people didn't even realize that she was there, but apparently they do, and they are willing to acknowledge her existence, so, it's kind of weird. She manages to find herself a secret spot amongst the pile of unused desks where she can eat and play games in private during lunch breaks, but it is inevitably cleaned up. As the school prepares for a culture festival, Tomoko contemplates starting her own club, but is ultimately denied due to it being too vague. So, yeah. And that pretty much sums up what happened in this episode. I know, not a very long summary, but that's pretty much the gist of it. It was a very simple episode, but I will get into more detail right now. So, really, Tomoko seems, in this episode, to me, she seemed more socially awkward than she did in the entire series so far. I mean, in the entire series, she's been very socially awkward to the ultimate extreme, but in this episode, it really pushed the envelope there, alright? I really do think so. It's like, she can't even, like, even if when people are willing to talk to her, she hardly ever responds. Just the thought of playing basketball with others in her gym class gets her to pass out. That combined with her hunger probably, but still, and it's like, not to mention, she had a daydream in her room that her club was approved and 2 people joined it. Alright. Until her mother told her to come down for dinner, thus breaking the daydream and devastating her. Instead she was just sitting at her small table with 2 stuffed animals there that served as the people as the 2 kids that joined in her daydream. And when she got back to school, she found out that, she got even more devastated because that's when she found out that her club was denied because it was too vague. I originally thought that it was because it sounded boring, which it probably did, but I guess maybe it was because it was too vague though, so, which makes sense. Like, if you're gonna start a club, you should give a lot of details on what's gonna be going on in it, and that's pretty much all there is to say about this episode. So, any negatives? Of course there is. Like, in terms of the art, there's scenes once again in this episode that has like background characters having no faces, which I don't understand at all. And for the majority of this episode, Tomoko's depicted as being gray. Like I know that it's supposed to be sort of symbolic, like Tomoko is the only one that's gray in this episode, so she's the only one that's being left out. I know, but we're not dumb. I think we can figure that out. See, it's unneeded. Alright? That's the thing. It's unneeded because we already know that she's the one being left out of everything. Alright? So yeah, it was just really unneeded, and the animation, like always in this series, is hit or miss. Some scenes it'll be decent, and other scenes it'll be bad. It's never great, or even so much as good, really. And overall, I felt as always, I just feel really bad for Tomoko. It's funny. I think it's funny, and I think it's depressing at the same time. That's why it's kind of weird how I view Tomoko in this series. Alright. Yeah, but anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These after guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.